consistently having that 1 hour where I'm doing the same thing every time. So if you don't do it with us, I recommend finding that power hour that you can put in throughout your day and just make it happen for a solid hour. You sit down and you're super dedicated, you have a game plan, and you're getting stuff done. Um, I know, I think about that all the time, that like right now it's only 6 for you guys. I'd be dying. Okay, so I want to tell you guys a little bit. If you're new here, I'm Julia and I'm a triple diamond, and I'm coming up on 5 years, I think. Holy cow. I remember I've told this story before to you guys, but I remember when I went to my very first conference. Okay, when I started, you guys, I had 3 jobs. I was in school full time. And so like this wasn't something that I was honestly, and I'm just going to be real and honest with you guys, I was never planning to do this like for the rest of my life. I was just like, I just want to be able to quit some of my jobs so I can finish college, and I want to go get my job. And so when I went to my first conference, I was still pretty new in, like I was able to quit my jobs, but I still wasn't like, I want to do this forever, if I'm honest, like deep in my heart. And so I went to my first conference, and the people on stage, there was people saying like, oh, I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 7 years. And I was like, holy heck, I could never imagine that. And the next year I went to conference, and I was like, holy heck, I could never imagine not doing this. And so it was that like change in thought that when I first came in, you know, I was just wanting to find something that could give me a little bit more free time. And now I'm like, I want something that can make me a millionaire. So let me know where you guys are on that. What was your goal when you started, and what is your goal now? Let's take some time and throw that in the chat box. I want to see those. $500 a month. That's awesome. And look at you now. Life is crazy. Right. And like when you first get started, like thinking about making 50K a month is not something that like normal people even wrap their brain around. You know, like I went to college for 4 years to hope I could get a job to make 50K a year. Like, you know, you don't ever think about stuff like that. And that's what I love about this business, is it allows us to just dream so much bigger. Just wanted to buy diapers. Now you're going for triple. That's awesome, Shelly. 2K a month. Just wanted to try a wrap. I love it. Honestly, I wanted Juliana to repost my hair, skin, nails results. That's how I initially started buying products. So I was like, I just want her to see my results and post it, which is so crazy. I just wanted to afford milk and groceries. Wow. Now 5K monthly. Amazing. 10K a month. Yes. Awesome. I love that. Okay. So I was thinking today, do you guys ever see your Time Hop post when you first started? I was reckless. Like I'm telling you, when I started 5 years ago, like an aesthetic was no such thing. There was no Instagram stories. There was no Facebook stories. Nobody had a preset. Like what was a preset? You literally just took a selfie, fresh up, posted 9 times a day on Instagram. Like there was no rhythm or rhyme to it. And I was looking at my post, and there was 2 things in common. And step 1 was that I was so proud of what I was doing. Like there was no fear. I was so loud about it. I was bold about it. I cringe a little bit too, but I'm like, damn, I was really on fire. And the second thing is that I wasn't afraid of anything. Okay. And as I have, you know, been in the business longer, and there's been so many things added, like, oh, we need a preset. Oh, we need an aesthetic. Oh, you know, somebody's going to think I'm annoying if I post 7 times a day. Like I started building up all of these spears that I created for myself. Drop a 1 in the comments if you notice yourself doing that too, that you start being a little self-conscious about what you post. Black bling and green. My brain just lapsed there, but that was literally how we worked. Yeah, we didn't care. We did not care about anything. We were just loud, we were bold, and we were proud. And I want you guys to tell me in the chat now, what is the one thing about your business that you know would help you take off, but it still scares you? Whether that's posting, going live, blitzing, maybe messaging straight up asking, what is the one thing that scares you the most? Going live for most people, messaging. I'll be vulnerable with you guys. Mine is like messaging with a direct ask. Like a cold message, if you will. Like that just terrifies me to this day. And it shouldn't, but it terrifies me. Being unauthentic TikTok. I love it. How to talk to people in blitz turns. Yeah, blitzing is one that probably would scare a lot of people, but right now we can't even have conversations. So live and everything. Okay. Now I want you guys to close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. I'm looking at y'all. I want to make sure everybody's eyes are closed. Okay, close your eyes. And I want you to think about what is the one thing that you love the absolute most, like whether that's a person, whether that's your family, like whatever it is. I want you to think about what is the one thing that you love the absolute most. And I want you to think about if that was on the line, would you do that one thing that scares you to save them? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? If you had to do that one thing. Exactly. That's probably something nobody even flinched. We're all like, yes, absolutely yes. And the truth of the matter is that all those things that scare us, nothing's going to kill you. Going live's not going to kill you, even if you stutter like I do a million times. Every single time I go live, I stutter all over my words still to this day. And I keep going, you know? So none of that is going to kill you. And the one thing that it will do though is absolutely explode your business. I love going live now too. Like when I first started, I was absolutely terrified to be on camera in general. Like I remember my first video, I was sitting up straight, which clearly I just hang out now, but I was sitting up straight. I don't even think I made eye contact with the camera. I was holding a notebook, reading off my why for the business. Like it was a whole hoot and holler. And I got like 10 loyal customers from it because people just saw that like, I'm trying, I'm doing my best. Yeah, Jess, you've been doing amazing, going live every single day. I go live, but I don't like them. And I don't love them either. But at the end of the day, that's something that can totally change your business. And so I was thinking about today, I started, you know, working on my new why and started thinking about like what I wanted on my 2021 dream board. And I started thinking to myself is I've got to step outside of my comfort zone. I've got to start doing more things that scare me. And so I want to challenge you guys tomorrow. I already saw what you guys put in the chat, so I want you to put a I'm in the chat if you agree that you're going to try tomorrow the thing that you said scared you the most. So if you said going live, I want you to go live tomorrow. If you said messaging, do that. Like whatever it was that scared you, I want you to do it tomorrow. I'm in. Awesome. This is going to be exciting because I'm telling you, once you do that one thing, not the vomit faces. Once you do it one time, you're going to be like, wow, it really wasn't that bad. I'm a whole clown. Like that's how it was with TikTok. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And now like, it's my favorite thing. You know what I mean? Like it's so much fun. Like once you get started on something, it's just super fun. And that's how it's been with every single thing that scared me. And it was messaging for me that's my thing. It still scares me. But like when I start doing it and somebody's just not rude, I'm like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Or they say something nice, even if it's a no, but they're like, but I love what you post. I'm like, wow, that really wasn't that bad. You know, like it's not actually going to kill you. A lot of times our brains build up all these fears inside of our head and just take us way out of pocket for what the truth really is. So I just wanted to challenge you guys to do that one thing. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. And I want you guys to tell me what is your goal for the new year. So I want you to tell me by March, what rank do you want to be by March? Diamond. Heck yeah, diamond. Oh, I love it. I love to see it. Yes. Okay, these are the goals I like. Sometimes I say it and people are like executive and I'm like, man, I said 4 months away from now. I love it. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Triple diamond. I love to see it. Okay, and now I want you to tell me, you should know this because we should be charting. How much volume are you off from that goal? Put the number in the chat. If it's diamond, we need 8,000, double 15, triple 35. I think I called this right. 15,000, 8,000. I'm gonna take the biggest number. So far our biggest number is 25,000, 80,000. Okay, 80,000's it. Parts is probably gonna be it for us. 30,000. Okay, let's see what we have here. 30,000. When you think about it, if your goal 30,000, when you think about 30,000, okay, so how many of you would kill to just have your volume at 30,000? Like, heck yeah. 30,000 by March would literally only be 250 volume a day collectively for your whole team. When you think about it like that, who thinks that they can do that? Who thinks you and your team can bring in 250 in volume, 250 in volume a day? Heck yeah. Like that is so possible. But what happens is, you guys, to be honest with y'all, we let 1 month pass. We're like, okay, and you tell yourself, I'm going to do this by March. You let 1 month pass, you're not doing it. You let 1 day pass. Like, how many times has it gotten to the 10th of the month and you're like, it's the 10th of the month, I've done nothing. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to just break this down for you guys and let you know that like 30,000 by March is only 250 per day. And that would be all of you guys being ready to rock and roll double. Like, that's insane when you think about it. And that's something that is so possible. If you knew you could go double by March, would you not go all in? Like, even if it was by March, you would be all in. You would be all hands on deck. And so I just needed to put that in perspective for you guys, because I think sometimes when you look at a goal, it just seems so far away, that you think like, holy heck, I can't do that. But everybody is capable. Like, you and your team can easily bring in 250 a day. You alone could bring in 250 a day. So I know those of you who are at least charted Ruby, like, you can totally do that. Okay, so I want you guys, I want a couple people to share their goal we're going to just say for the first quarter of next year, because I'm a firm believer that what we do this month is really going to set the tone for next year completely. And I think that that's what's happened every single year. Like, the last year when I went triple, I was able to go triple because I was working my tail off November, December, January. Like, I was going all in. So I want a couple people to share your big goal for March, like what you have in mind, and a little bit of your why as to why you really want to do that. So do I have any volunteers? Please. Now's your time to face that fear, those of you who are scared of talking. Okay, Tara, you can just unmute yourself. Okay, I think I unmuted you, Tara. Or did you remute? You should be unmuted. But I do not hear you. Does anyone hear Tara? Okay, you might have to connect your audio. I'm not hearing you. We will come back though. Who else said that they will? Ashley. Ashley, you can unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So my goal for March 2021 is I want to be able to have the financial freedom. Both of my children were born within a week apart, 4 years difference. So birthdays are coming up March 2021. My son turns 7 on the 1st, and then my daughter turns 3 on February 25th. So I have this goal where I want to be able to walk into a store and buy my kids the presents that they deserve and want without even having to look at my budget. So like, I know what I need to get done. I am like this close to stepping so far out of my comfort zone. I mean, I'm doing host to post like all day long. I'm commenting on so much stuff. I've been stepping out of my comfort zone just in the couple months that I've already started. But I know that like the things that I need to do are going live. I need to go live. I get so many likes and comments on just my regular posts on my Facebook page that if I was to go live and share my actual excitement with people instead of my pre-recorded Instagram, Facebook stories, because I can change them or delete them if I want to. But I know going live is going to get me to this goal. So like, I don't want to let my kids down. So my why is my children, first off, and my fiance, man, he busts his butt all the time to work full time. I'm staying home with my kids. Like, I'm ready to like, not only match what he makes to bring home, but like double it, you know, like be able to be like, babe, I'm doing this for my phone. We're doing great. Like, we're awesome. I mean, I'm on track just this year for finally a first time homeowners loan. So that's like my big goal too. So I have so much to look forward to in 2021. And Allie knows this, but I didn't tell everybody else, but I actually just found out I'm pregnant again. So I'm having my third child in June. So this is like the motivation that I needed under my tail feather to like get going. Like I'm ready to go diamond. I'm ready to go double diamond. Like I'm ready to just dip in and just do whatever I have to do. So
Holy cow. Okay, so y'all let me know. Say I feel it in the comments if y'all felt her energy, because I feel some really good energy there. And I'm just going to tell you, if you take that energy and go live and you share that excitement with other people, they are absolutely going to feel it. 100% going to want to support you. Like, you can tell in your voice that your why is something that you're super passionate about. Your kids, you can tell that that really means the world to you. So I'm really excited. I feel like with that energy, like there's no doubt in my mind that you're capable of it. And I'm really excited to see it happen. And congratulations. That is so exciting. And awesome on the house too. Holy cow. So many things going on. I love it. That was awesome. Thank you, Ashley. Who else said that they want to go? I love that. This makes me so excited. You guys get me fired up. Sometimes I get tired of hearing my own voice. Who else said they would? Tara, let's try you again.
I think I'm unmuted. Am I unmuted this time?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to be triple diamond come March. I have to be triple diamond at the lowest come March. I need to be able to retire. I have a garden maintenance business. My husband was hurt in an accident last December, and he was forced to retire without a pension. A little bit of help from the government, but that's not enough to pay our bills. I have a 12-year-old son. We have nothing put away. And so far, the business has allowed me to get out of debt. All my credit cards and everything are paid off, but our home needs to be paid off. And I just, I need to be able to know that at the end of the day, my bills are paid. We have a roof over our head. I can't, my regular job, well, my other business that I've had for 15 years, I was having to have people pick me up off of the ground because I couldn't do it. I physically can't do that work anymore. And I don't have any choices. And I love this business. I waitressed and bartended for 25 years. And this allows me to stay active and be with people. It allows me to share what this business has done in my life. Last January, when my husband had that accident, had it not been for this business, we wouldn't have a roof over our head. So I just see great things going forward. And you know what? I realize that I'm going to have to face my fears, and I'm going to have to stop making excuses, because it's really easy to say, I'll get to it later. I'll do it later. And then something always stands in the way when you do it later. So I get up in the morning, I do my devotions, I do my personal development, and I sit down with my computer. And I am tuning in and plugging in, and I'm done making excuses.
I love that. That's amazing. My mom used to always tell me, if you don't have time to do it now, what makes you think you're going to have time to do it later? And so that's one thing that I'm just naturally somebody who procrastinates, and I try to remind myself that I'm not a procrastinator, just someone who procrastinates. And so it's something that I'm working for, but I love that. And I'm sorry to hear about your husband, but sometimes things like that, they push us and they just drive us so much further. And to me, one thing that I noticed about your story is that sometimes it's not really, like if you guys are making it now, it's not always your why, or like what you want. It's sometimes what you don't want, like not having to go to that job and being able to rest. So if you guys right now, you don't have a why that like makes you cry, you might have a why not. Like I know I don't want to go back to a job. I know that I don't want to have to do, like there's certain things I never want to have to go back to. So if you can't find that thing pushing you forward, find something that you're running away from, if that makes sense. So I love that. Thank you for sharing, Tara. I'm excited for you. I know that if you've been running a business for 15 years with that kind of physical labor, you can sure do this. And that's the thing too about our business, you guys, it's so easy to do, but because it's so easy not to do too. So we just have to stay on top of things and constantly focus on our why or what we don't want. Okay. Can we get another volunteer? I love this. This makes me so excited. If you're scared, you should do it. Okay, go ahead, Shelly.
Okay, so I have both a why and a why not. When I started this, it was a both of those as well. I wanted to have the freedom of time. I have four kids ranging from 11 to 18 now, and I had kids going, needing braces, kids going into college, and I was working almost 12-hour days doing home daycare. My time was not my own, even though I was an entrepreneur. So my goal was diamond, and took me a while to get there from when I very first started. But when I went to conference in January, I really went gung ho, and I went diamond in April and double diamond in May. And it just happened to work out that through this season of COVID, I was able to not go back to my regular job. So I obviously closed my daycare in April and I never opened it up. I kept it closed throughout the summer because I always do stay closed in the summer anyways, and I just decided that that was it. So my why changed from wanting that freedom to really having no choice because I can't go back. I refuse to go back to doing daycare as much as I love kids. I'm past that stage. But now, so it's been a bit disheartening. It's been a slow season. I've lost rank, I've lost bonuses, but there is no other option for me. So the seeds have been sowing. I've been still getting, distributors and customers and working it, but I have no other choice. And I know it. I feel it in my bones. Triple Diamond is coming. It's a goal where I can not only sustainably, as they say in our Zoom today, the leadership bonus Zoom was a live off of your residual and bank your bonuses. And that is exactly what I want to do. I want to be able to bank the bonuses for vacations and college and braces and all the things that are not necessities, but things that I really want in life. So yeah, this is it. I'm going for it and it's happening.
I love it. And that's the thing too about the business is once you decide that you're all in, and let me know if you've made that decision, like you're all in, you're doing this, you're sticking it out. At the end of the day, like things are going to happen. There's going to be times when you lose your rank. There's going to be times when, your big leg falls off. There's going to be times when you feel like absolutely no one on your team is working. But at the end of the day, what I have to remind myself of is because like I'm a red personality. I'm someone who wants to go all in. I want to be the best. I want to be at the top, but I have to remind myself like I'm planning on doing this for a long time. And this is like running a marathon, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but you can't just run full speed the entire time. Like that's something that you actually cannot expect of yourself. To do that, you have to pace yourself in certain times, slow down in certain times, speed up in certain times. And so if you found yourself during COVID, when everything really hit hard, that affected a lot of people emotionally, and some of you guys financially and physically, like all the different ways. It's been a really heavy season. And so I'm just proud of you guys, those of you who are still here and still showing up, regardless of maybe things got really tough, maybe you've had a rough time mentally. Like I'm proud of you guys for still showing up, because it's going to pay off. People are seeing it. And I think more than ever this new year, even if things start to like go back to normal, which I'm not sure that they will, people now see the value of having an income like this. Like how many of you guys, drop a 1 in the comments if you knew before, but now you're like, holy cow, I'm glad I have my business. I'm glad I have something that I can work from anywhere. I'm glad that, I had this to rely on, whether you were making an extra $200-300 a month, or this was your full-time income. Like, how blessed are we to have something like this available where you're in charge of your income? Is there anybody else who can share? I'd love if we could get like 1 or 2 more people, preferably someone who's a little bit nervous and doesn't want to. I want you guys to think about when I made you close your eyes and I said, would you do that for the person that you love? That's the moment. I want you to ask yourself, and then somebody unmute and let's hear it. Yes, Jess, you've been through the ringer and you are still killing it. Jess is our TikTok queen. She's going in. And like one thing about that too that I think about is like, would you have even made a TikTok if it wasn't COVID? Like, I think that TikTok really popped off because of, everybody was at home doing nothing. And like, that's been a huge source of our businesses. Like Jess was going, how many distributors did you sign last month? Like from TikTok, because people were there and like, that's what we had to do. So it's just, everything, it works into place. It falls into place. I know there is so much accountability. Okay, I'm going to sit here and wait for somebody. Holy cow, Jess, that is amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Julia, it's I don't know why my camera is not coming on, but it's fine. I just wanted to say one reflection that I was having just about, we're gonna have days when, just like you were saying, like we don't feel like working, we don't feel like it. Life gets busy, Christmas, all the things. There's always excuses and whatnot. But if you are like being in a marriage and like you have to choose to make it work every day, right? And like it's even more applicable really if you're a mom. Like there's days you don't want to get up and make your kids breakfast, but you can't not. Like that's your responsibility. That's what you're doing for their future, to prepare them for having an amazing life, is like taking good care of them in all the little things. And our business needs us to take care of it in all the little things, and to focus on it on the good days and the bad days. And when we don't feel like loving our kids, and we have days, right? Like if you're a mom, you have days where you lose your shit and you you're not happy with how things are going, and then you're not happy with yourself and how you handled it. You've had days in your business where you've talked about what your business and it's not working and your team's not working. You've had days where you have muttered things that were not positive about your business, right? But just like being a mom, your kids are still going to be there the next day. Your business is still going to be there the next day. And, if you want your children to grow up and thrive, you are going to feed them every day. And if you want your business to grow up and thrive, you need to feed it every day. And it starts with your mindset. So I just wanted to take that little reminder, because it's so important how we start our days. It's so important, what we feed to ourselves in what it is that we want to do. And I love these little like reflection things that you're having everyone do tonight, because I think this is the time of year when honestly you need to sit down and you need to make yourself a new dream board, right? You need to start dreaming about what you want to have happen in 2021. I went live during the call that happened just before this with some of the top leaders about December. And I think it was before I started recording, but Morgan Martin, oh my gosh, okay. Morgan Martin was talking about how growing your business. And I've totally lost the point of let me figure out how she said that and I will come back at you guys with it. But honestly, it's like, we've got to commit to our business and we've got to show up every day and bring that excitement and that motivation.
Yes, I love that so much, because it's so true. Like there's certain things in your life that are priority and like you get them done. Like there's certain things that you just have to do. And to me, my business is one of them. And so I'll share mine really quick. I'll share a little snippet of mine, and then I'm going to really hope that one or two of you are ready. But I found myself like this whole year with everything going on, I feel like I got really distracted, if I'm honest. I feel like I got a little bit weighed down by everything just happening. And then I got lazy, and that's just the honest truth of it, is I got lazy with my business. I got comfortable with the check that I was making, and I was like, okay, like this is good enough. Like I'm happy with where I'm at. And one thing that you're going to learn about this business is when you get comfy with your check, it's not going to stay the same. Like your check is that way because you've been working so hard and consistently. So when you get comfy with it and you're like, all right, that's cool, your check's going to start dropping month after month. You're going to start dropping. And so I saw that start to happen. I saw it drop a little bit and then drop a little bit more and drop a little bit more. But one thing that I noticed for myself this year is I really lost focus of a why. Like I didn't really have one. I was like, okay, I want to show up for my team. So that's what I was trying to push myself with. And I was like, I just, I couldn't find anything. And funny you have it, life was like, all right, I'll give you a baby. And I was like, okay, that'll do it. And so whenever I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, okay, I cannot be living like this. Like I have to make sure that, everything is squared away, that I'm giving it every single thing that I have. And so now, like when I wake up, I'm like, I'll go all in. And what's crazy is like right now, I like physically feel the worst I've felt in probably like my whole entire life, like no energy or anything. But because I have, that why, I feel like I can show up totally like as a totally different person. And so the reason that I want you guys to just think about this for a second is because you should have something like that. When I lost sight of mine, I saw things start to take a dump because I didn't have anything that was getting me past that point when I felt like, I don't want to do this today. You know, I didn't have that little voice in my head that was like, but what about blah? And, you know, I want you guys to have that little voice that says, but what about your house, your kids, your debt, you know, whatever that is for you, you need something that has that little voice that's going to push you. So if a couple of you want to share, I saw a couple faces that look like y'all are thinking about it. Yes, it's just totally crazy. Like I've never really had a problem being motivated, but this is like a whole different breed of it. So I see how you mamas were running hard. Okay, Sarah, you can unmute.
All right, I'm really nervous though.
Don't be nervous. You got this. We're all rooting for you.
So like my thing with this year has definitely been like I got all the way up to Emerald and then I was like, that was just a fluke. It was just a fluke. And of course, you know, I just let it fall off. And so my thing this year and definitely going to the new year in March is definitely to be double diamond. And I definitely have a strong why, but I know I've been making it my excuse because I've had nothing. I've lived in my car. I've been in a shelter with my 1.5-year-old. So like what I have right now, like living in a townhouse, like 2 more kids, like multiple vehicles, like I am living a dream. So for me to like have more has been scary. And like being on here and actually like talking and hearing everyone's stuff has actually made me realize like that's why my why has been my excuse, because I'm already so much further than what I've come from. And so wanting more is just like, okay, Sarah, you need to calm down. Like you are the dream right now. So that's just something that I'm overcoming and coming to the realization. And I know definitely come the new year and throughout the whole month, there's going to be a lot of seeds planting and a lot of growth and a lot of new things happening.
Yes, I am so proud of you for realizing that. How many of you guys, drop a 1 in the comments if you kind of had, you know, maybe some story where you got to a point where you were living a dream for yourself, because that happens. And then you almost like guilt yourself to feeling bad for wanting success, like feeling guilty for wanting more, feeling guilty for thinking that like you deserve all of these things. And that's one of the most amazing things to me about the business is that the self-development that you do, it breaks those chains for you. It makes you realize that like you actually can have everything. And what's amazing too is like people, you know, who make it to the top, like Barb is a great example of this. She's so humble, she's so helpful, and her making it as far as she has only allowed her to help more people. And so when you change your mindset to realizing you deserve more allows you to help more people, that's how you can really change your mindset. When you just get comfy with where you're at, you start limiting the amount of people that you can help and the lives that you can change. But when you say, no, I deserve the whole world, then that opens up a whole new world of people that you have access to. And I just think that that's awesome that you're realizing that and you're getting past that, because all of you guys, you deserve the whole world. Like there's plenty of money for everybody. Don't think you making a lot of money is going to keep it from other people. There is plenty of money for absolutely everybody. I think less than 1% has most of the money in the world. So I'm pretty sure there's plenty out there for us. And one thing that I had to get past is the way that I grew up, I had a negative mindset of money. Okay. We can get some Me Too's in the comments if you had a little bit of a poverty mindset. That I was kind of always told that people who had a lot of money were evil or mean, or didn't care about other people. I just grew up with that belief. And what I've grown to realize is the saying that money doesn't make you evil. It just makes you more of what you already are. So those of you who are amazing people, who have good intentions, who want to change the world, that more money that you have allows you to do more things like that. It's only going to make you more of what you already are. And with the level of self-development we do in this thing, I think we'll be good to go. Okay. So do we have anybody else who wants to share? You did awesome, Sarah. Michaela, you're giving me vibes that you want to share. You want to share? I keep looking at your face and you keep thinking about it, but you haven't gone for it. You got this. I'm going to let you do it.
Okay, so just because I have my dream board right here, I guess I will. I am running for a triple in March. I currently work 3 jobs. I have 2 kids. Me and my fiance are working so hard to buy our dream home. We are just in a situation where everything kind of costs money, and a lot of it. So yeah, I don't want to work 3 jobs. I want to stay home with my kids. With everything going on in this messy world right now, they kind of need me more than here and there when I can with working 3 jobs. My fiance works full time and it's such a hard physical job. Like, I just want to retire us both. Like, see you later. We're never working again. I'll just work online and you do what you need to do. My motivation is honestly my kids. I kind of have like a why not. My family has like a really negative kind of circle, and I just don't want to live that life anymore. I want out of the circle. I'm creating my own legacy. This is me. This is my time. This is my kids' time. And I'm just kind of not letting anything get in the way. I was really big on, well, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it next week. And that got me nowhere. So I'm here and I'm running. I am going for Diamond this month and I'm going to get it. I have a lot of room to grow, but it's mine and I'm claiming it. I'm speaking it out. So that's that.
I love it. That's amazing. I know that you can do it. You're definitely a hustler if you're doing all of that as a mom. So that's super exciting. Those are big goals. I know that you'll also get the house. That's totally possible. And especially like if you can, once you go diamond, if you're able to then let go of a couple of the jobs and like even go in more full time and have more time to do this, like it's just going to open up a whole new level of opportunities for you. This was really exciting. I'm so proud of those of you who shared. So one thing that I wanted to set the tone for myself is that on the Zoom that I was listening to of Jade's, which was just on her YouTube, if you guys want to listen to it, I like her Zooms because she makes me feel at peace because she's just very chaotic, and that's kind of how I am. So like I like her Zooms because she's all over the place. But she was talking about how 30 loyal customers is so doable. Like that's 1 per day. Like that's something that we can totally do. And so with the Christmas cash available, drop in the comments really quick what your goal is for the Christmas cash. I told myself that at bare minimum, I need to at least get $500 of the Christmas cash. Like with that cash on the table, somebody said 40. You mean 40 loyal customers or $40? Y'all must mean customers. Okay. I was like, who done put that goal in my chat? I was about to have to end this whole thing. Okay. Yeah, so I was thinking, I was like, I need to get at least $500 of this Christmas cash. That's something that, cut the cameras, turn it all off. That's something that is so possible for us, you guys, that we have to make that a goal. That you need to set a goal for yourself. Tonight, I want you to set a dollar amount that you're like, this is what I need for this Christmas cash, and divide it up and see how many loyal customers you need to get, and divide that on the day and start making daily goals. I think that sometimes when we make those big goals, like I want to go diamond, I want to go ruby, I need to get 400 in volume this month, and we're just shouting it for the end of the month, that's how things start procrastinating. But I always consistently break everything down to the day so that you can start tracking yourself. If you go 4 days without signing anybody, like I'm getting behind, I'm falling behind, and then you're going to get to the 15th of the month and it's going to be that it's the 15th of the month, I've done nothing. Right, Jess? I'm like, ma'am, who hacked your keyboard? But you guys, that's really all I have for y'all tonight. I just wanted us to get together and start holding each other accountable. If you heard someone call out their goals and you're looking at their page and you're not seeing that kind of energy, reach out to them. You guys, there's so many of us on here. That should go for everybody. When you look at somebody's stuff and you see them not showing up as their best, reach out and say, is there any way I can help you? Like, what's going on? I know that I try to do that with my team, and I have a circle of people that when they see me not posting, they're like, what's going on? Like, you need to get to it. So find those people that remind you of that and be that person for other people, because you guys, you heard the goals on here. And I think that if everybody was brave enough and we had time to go through everybody to share every person's why, you would see that there's so many on here of us that have these deep whys that we really want to make them happen, you know? And so I always try to think about the fact that, like, we have this winning lottery ticket, you guys. We have this opportunity that can absolutely change people's lives. And so I encourage y'all to be 2016 Julia that was reckless on Facebook, posting 10 times a day and going, you know, posting videos. We didn't even have live. I just recorded myself talking and posted it. Like, I encourage y'all to have that kind of energy, like the reckless energy. And anytime you feel yourself being afraid to do something or saying, no, I'm not going to do that, or postponing it, I want you to think about whatever you thought about when you closed your eyes and ask yourself, okay, is that not worth it? Are they not worth it? Am I not worth it? And ask yourself that every single time that you start to slack off. And I promise you that the way that you move is absolutely going to change. So hopefully you got something from this, you guys. If you did, I'd love for you to post your aha moment on the team page. If somebody's why really touched you, give them a little shout out, because that was really brave of you guys to talk on the Zoom. So we have about 50 people in here. Some of you guys, that was probably the most people that you've talked in front of. So I'm really proud of you guys. 3 times that is amazing, Jess. I love it. I hope everyone has a great night. I can't wait to see you guys crush your goals. And I will see y'all tomorrow morning. If you hop on the 8 a.m. Zoom, it's the same Zoom room. Good night, you guys. Wait, actually, don't leave. I need to do my boomy. If you guys didn't do a boomerang or a video yet, you got to do it. Please turn on your cameras if you can. I'm going to get y'all looking all cute. Okay. Let's see. All right. You guys start waving. We had our December kickoff. Oh, some people didn't want to show their faces, but we are all on here ready to crush it. All right. Good night, you guys. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.